Welcome to the Fellowship Gaming live stream this evening. Thank you for joining us, and please look at our other social media for additional content and our Patreon to support new content. If you're new, please subscribe and give us a like. Sit back, grab a drink and or a snack, and buy all of our merch. All of it. Like copies of it. It might break. You never know.
They'll make more.
As much as you buy, people. For our legal fun. Fellowship Gaming uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc. Used under Paizo's community use policy. We expressly prohibit from charging you to use or access this content. Fellowship Gaming is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com.
Also, spoiler alerts.
Spoilers. Today's scenario is 1-10, the Tarnbreaker's Trail. Our Pathfinders find themselves traveling far to the north, in the land of the Lenorm Kings. You make it to the Ice Fairy Lodge, where you are greeted. Was I cool and printed out pictures? No, pictures are for lesser people. Where you're greeted by a husky.
Yeah, pretty much.
A husky?
Yeah.
A dog.
Yeah.
A dog.
You guys walk in, and
I hide
a
behind
husky comes up and starts like licking you all,
No. It sure doesn't.
or tries to. As soon as anyone looks like they are interested, the half orc kind of looks at it, the dog feels it, and it just kind of goes by the hearth, wagging its tail. You see Venture Captain Biersig Torsen. The self-assured half-orc is dressed in a thick wool tunic, hide pants, and furred boots. He's accompanied by a gnome. And he starts doing sign language, which I don't think anyone understands because he's made it up, basically. If anyone had any sort of sign language that would apply, it's a mixture of Varki, Ulfin, Pathfinder sign language, and I think one other language. So he starts singing, and his gnome attendant translates. Thank you all for coming. I expect your travel to Ice Fairy was safe, if a bit cold. I'm very excited to have you all here for the upcoming event. I expect you will find it an excellent test of your capabilities, and not one many Pathfinders will be able to boast of. Biersig draws a small bundle of scrolls and a journal from his bag and lays them on the table, allowing the contents to unfurl and spread across the tabletop. This handful of documents is all the information the Society has collected on the Balgard trek up to this point. Now, that's something you've heard of unless you're from the area. It's an overland race some 200 miles long from Frostgarten in Icemark to Karlsgard, just over the river. It's performed each year, honoring the deeds of Balgard Bluetongue when he slew a Tarn centuries ago. But this year's race promises to be quite unique. As you may know, the Varki have been the source of quite the commotion among the Ulfin lately, largely in positive ways. Their ranger, Nanko, slew a Lenorm some time ago and has been officially recognized as a Lenorm king. A new Lenorm king is always newsworthy, but a Varki Lenorm king is unprecedented. In recognition of Nanko and his diplomatic efforts between the Ulfin and Varki peoples, the officials have decided that the Balgard trek will be held in reverse this year. The Varki have always bristled a bit at some of the ideas inherent in the Balgard trek, Ulfen have often discussed it as a race from the savage wilderness back into the arms of civilization, as something that has promoted constructive relationships between the two. It's good that the officials seem to have broadened their horizons. What's more, there are 2 new teams joining the race this year. First, Namco has handpicked a group of Varki to compete. This is the first time Varki have competed in the race, and from what I've heard, the Ulfin participants are excited to see what they bring to the competition. You haven't guessed by now, you all are the second new team. I managed to secure your entry with the approval of the race officials. You can thank me later.
I knew it was coming and it still threw me off. I was like, man, we are just a hodgepodge of oh no.
He stands and places a sealed envelope in the small purse on the table. There you'll find your entry layer accompanied by my layer of introduction for you. The purse contains a few coins to help you purchase some gear. Once the race is over, you'll be compensated by the society for your efforts. Expect a hefty bonus if you actually manage to win. There's a sleigh carrying the other teams to the starting area. It will stop here in Ice Rain to pick you up in an hour. Don't be late. To be allowed to compete is a great honor, so please remember at all times. So please remember that you represent the best qualities of the Pathfinder Society at all times. Take notes, learn whatever you can from the other teams. The Balger Trek is supposed to be a friendly competition after all. If you have any questions, make them quick. Otherwise, good luck to you all. I don't expect you to win, but I hope you'll at least make a good show of it.
So I take it this purse is to get us cold weather gear?
Very much.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know your lives, what you wear. If you need cold weather gear.
2 sets would be nice. Extra cold weather gear would be wonderful. Out of character, Varki elves. Is that what you said?
Varki are another, what's the word? Human culture.
Oh, okay. So when you were saying Varki and Ulfin, my brain goes to like Inuit and then Nordic.
Yeah,
Yes.
basically.
Okay. I don't know why. I thought you said Varki elves, and my brain went, are they are they distant cousins to like Baba Yaga? Or what's her name? The ice queen, ice elf magic lady.
Baba Yaga.
Poppy.
Oh, all right. I was right. But she has Arisen, right?
Irison.
Yeah, they're elves. Her daughters.
No, they're human.
Oh, they're not elves?
They're
Oh.
human.
They're human.
Oh, well, never mind then. I was conflating lore, but okay. So Varki are like the Ulfin,
winter
but
witches
they're...
are all human.
Yeah, all right.
Well, maybe there's some half elves in there.
I don't know. It's fine. I was just putting 2 and 2 together in my brain for character purposes. But okay. Cool.
Any
And then this is like the Iditarod, but it's not the Balto version. It's like he's a king, or he was like a hero, and had to...
This was his journey to find and slay a Lenorm.
Yeah.
Become a Lenorm king.
Okay.
It's funny that you should mention the Iditarod, because if anyone had any animal companions, you'd be told you can't ride them.
You can't ride them?
Yeah. You can't ride your animal. If you have a mount or anything, they're like, yeah, get on foot. Because they will catch you and be like, no cheating. Feet. That's what we allow.
My bear isn't big enough for me to ride yet.
Understandable, but you have an animal companion.
It's mostly, you can bring it with you, and it can ride along and carry stuff, but you can't ride it. And that's the only
So is this like a foot race, or is this a...
Yeah.
It's not a sled race. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a foot race. And it's funny that they're like, and you can cover 50 miles in a day. And it's like, yeah, if you're running the whole way.
Jesus.
Especially a gnome, well, you're a goblin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 200-mile race. They give you 4 days to do it.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, these people have obviously never walked. Because the guys I knew in the infantry that were like, yeah, we do 50-mile
yeah,
ruck
no.
marches. They're like, that's a 12, 14-hour day.
Yeah. With very little rest.
Very little
any.
rest.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we drink as we walk. We eat as we walk. We
You
get
pee as
up
you
at
walk, yeah.
we start at 6 in the morning and we are not done until like 8 at night.
Yeah.
And these are
And you're still waiting for
infantry.
stragglers, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
So it's like some
These
people
are
don't
the
get there till like 10 at
infantry.
night, yeah. And you can't
I was not infantry. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I was not infantry either, but I went to Fort Benning for basic training.
Yeah, see, I went to Fort Knox. Yes, the Fort Knox. Because that is where armor goes to train.
Yeah. Well, it's like, Fort Knox has secret areas. It's like Area 51. It's an, I think the Air Force
Yeah,
base.
but
there's
Gold
like,
Vault,
yeah,
you see it on your way in, you see it on your way out.
you
You
never
drive by
interact with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with
You
Area
drive by
51.
it and it's like 5 miles that way off the
Yeah.
road.
It's like you can go to Area 51. You can stand out like 150 feet from the gate or something, like wave to them, but you're not going to see aliens. It just doesn't happen. Just like you're not going to see the gold in Fort Knox.
No, you're not.
I think they said the last time that vault was open to the public was like in the 70s.
Yeah, I'm just familiar with the 50s or 60s where the gentleman who worked in the sewers came up in the vault and was like, "Hey, you guys should know about this."
Yeah. I think it was he tried to tell them before because he found the
Yeah.
plans and he said, hey, you might want to. And they're like, no, there's no problem.
Yeah.
And so he popped up in the vault and said, there is a problem.
Yeah,
And they're
no,
like,
he told them. He
"Oh."
was like, "This is the time. This is the place. I'll meet you there," and he did.
Yes.
And they were like, "Well, this is a security issue." He goes, "I tried to tell you."
I told you before.
I'd have been like 2 months later after. 3 bars. Just you don't need much.
The problem is that
Yeah.
it's all marked and they have a count on it.
Yeah, not like you can't. Well,
I mean, you'd have to, you'd literally have to melt it down, re-smelt it into smaller ingots.
well, yeah, because each bar is like what, 55 pounds or some shit.
I think they're like 10.
No, they're bigger than that.
They're like this
Yeah.
size.
Gold is super
I know
dense.
gold is dense.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
How dare you? Brian's still reading.
GM is loading.
Fred, I'm red in the face. No.
That's because they have too much sun.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I saw that initially. I'm like, Anthony, are you mad? And then I'm like, oh yeah, he was out in the sun all day.
Yeah. Yeah, we went from winter to summer real quick all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Welcome to Utah, where we have Texas weather twice a year.
But no, I was just like, oh, you guys are reliving military stuff. I'm just gonna make sure
Catch up, yeah.
I have everything right here.
So we probably need to go get cold weather. How much gold did he give us?
Enough for
enough.
cold weather gear.
I think cold weather gear is only
Like,
or
Yeah,
cold
it's
weather,
not.
cold weather gear.
when
It's in the player's handbook. So if you want to pull out a player's
Yeah, I
handbook,
think
it's under equipment.
um
I'm like
in
talking
original
over here.
in original
My mic's
Pathfinder
over
it was
here.
like 7 gold. So in Pathfinder 2nd edition, it'd probably be close to like
It's like-
1.2 or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's-
5 silver. I
That
think
might be
that's
right.
it.
Yeah, because I think they kind of dialed it back a bit.
Yeah.
They dialed everything back a bit.
Yeah. Well, I was surprised with the
Go
the
under equipment. So forward,
Yeah.
forward. Nope, there you're going.
Other way, yeah.
backwards.
I think it's like 280 something. Maybe I could be wrong.
Keep going past weapons.
Gear, infantry gear.
Yeah. So
yeah,
there's the
it's
chart.
in the adventuring gear.
Yeah, I
I
had
think
like
it's clothing and then winter.
Explorers fine high winter is 4 silver pieces.
That was pretty close. Yeah, so we can all buy fur clothes.
Yeah. What does it do so we mechanically know?
Yeah. Other way.
Yeah, you gotta read under the actual.
Well, I was thinking it was the other way, sorry. items and sizes, animals, hirelings, spellcasting,
Wow, how far ahead did you
Oh,
go?
might be.
religious symbols, spyglasses, thieves' tools.
Check under clothing. It might be the page before.
That's class kits.
Winter clothing allows you to negate the damage from severe environmental cold and reduce the damage from extreme cold to that of severe cold.
Okay.
Good to know.
Okay.
But yeah, I just remember my Tengu Mayfang. She was used to wearing silks and stuff from her homeland and was like,
Yeah,
why is
from,
this
like,
place
Goka.
so cold?
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember who went with Mayfang, but she's like, "How do you people survive this?"
This is awful. Two sets of winter clothes. I failed almost all my checks, and I'm like, the clothes are too thick, but I'm not taking any off.
I still can't remember who I had. I think I ran that one.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So we got cold weather gear. We're gonna need. So it's only to the end? We don't have to go there and back.
Yes,
Right.
Okay.
it's a one-way trip.
So definitely need food. And
Food and tack and
Well, if you bought an adventurers pack, you have food.
okay.
yeah. I bought an adventure.
Yeah, it's like, did you buy an adventurers pack? Yes, you have food.
Yeah, I know that in some like society play, basically things reset sometimes. Like you just recoup. Like, well, I guess you have to buy ammo and stuff, but
Yeah, you have to buy ammo. I mean, I think that if this one requires us to track our food, he'll tell us.
yeah.
Alright, so any questions for Biersik?
Okay.
What kinds of things
biggest-
can we expect
Yeah.
on this trek?
Let's see.
I'm really excited to do this. This sounds like
We gonna
fun.
interact with mega fauna.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So, as far as
Turn into a
dangers go,
Lenore.
the weather will be the greatest foe you should face along the way. In winter, temperatures can change quickly and storms are not infrequent occurrences. Aside from that, the trail should be clear of any dangerous wildlife. Be wary nonetheless. With the trail cut to accommodate the new route, there may be a few more animals on the trek than usual.
Okay.
Let's see.
You said that it's generally like friendly. The way you said it denoted that there may be some risk, or if it's I don't want to use the term.
We're not
pranking,
Ulfin.
but yeah.
So there may be a little animosity towards us.
Yeah,
outsiders.
I'm simply curious as to what the level, like acceptable level of prank.
hostility.
Yeah.
What is our rules of engagement?
Yes. If any.
The Balger trek is competitive, but it is a race, not a blood sport. It is unusual for some of the other teams to rip one another, and there is some history of minor brawls between rivals, but that's not activity befitting the Society's first team,
Okay.
and I expect you to be better than that. Or just
If
as
someone
good.
throws a punch, I'm throwing one back.
Yeah, if someone throws a punch, I'm biting the hand off.
No, that's going beyond.
Though evidently there are some that objected to our entrance into the race this year. I'm not sure if there's any reason for it beyond misplaced pride.
Okay, yeah. So if they punch you, I'll punch them back. Let's go with that.
Well, if they punch me, I'll duck.
Yeah, you're short.
And then Fred will goose.
I will goose my bear will lick.
whatever. Try not to draw blood lethally. Keep lethal intent shelved.
There you go.
If weapons are drawn, we can go lethal.
No eating the residents now.
Yes.
I look at the bear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. I think that really answers the questions we need answered.
I think
Yeah.
the
Cold
bear's
weather
probably-
gear doesn't include like snowshoes or anything like that, does it?
No.
No.
So
Do we need to get
So
snowshoes?
it's thick fur boots and basically thick fur clothing.
yeah, furs and gloves.
So, when you asked about that, I was like, I think I'm thinking of a different scenario, but one of their things was, here's snowshoes you can buy. And I'm like, it's not this scenario, is it? No. But it's like at the very end, after you've done all the hard work, they're like, hey.
Isn't there a scenario where you can buy skis at the end of it? Like there's actual skis on the Chronicle sheet?
I think so.
I think so.
I'm just curious.
That'd be great. Like, we'll just have your bear pull us.
No,
not
I think
writing
it's
it.
a different one.
No, it certainly is.
I think I played that one with my cleric, and that's where she bought a horse.
Yeah.
She still has the horse. The horse is kind of her barometer
that-
for how dangerous a scenario is. The
Isn't
horse
that the one
survived.
where, you played the cleric and we did like create water to make a ice sled.
No, I don't think we did that. We were breaking a
Well, this would
trail
have been
for-
original Pathfinder. This was
Oh.
a long time ago, man.
I never played a cleric original class.
Maybe I did the create water.
Maybe. I never had a cleric original Pathfinder.
That's fine.
No, wait, I had one.
I-
Once.
It's fine. All right. So I have a time frame.
So I did find out that there is snowshoes. They came in the Pathfinder Society Guide, and they're 10 gold
Jesus.
in one bulk.
No thanks.
Oh my God.
So, you know, if you're feeling rich.
And not wearing 50 pounds of armor.
Well,
Yeah, that would clear all my bulk. I could carry nothing else.
Well,
I think even the winter clothes are like close to a bulk.
this is kind of mean because it says that you take a -10 speed penalty if you walk on anything besides snow, and I'm like ice. You just step on it, you're like, oh no, I don't know what to do.
That's because you're like flip flops.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, any other questions?
I think we're good. We got winter clothes and
Yeah, I think we're not expected to win. I think we just want to get to the end
I know.
without
It'd be nice to win though.
chewing off the arms of other people trying to hit us.
Let's see.
Again, it's if they engage you with fists, engage back with fists.
Yeah. Well, I only have one weapon, and it's my giant teeth.
No, you always have fists.
No, I don't. I don't care about my fists.
I'm just saying, push comes to shove, fists are an option.
Well, I was talking about biting. Why are we talking about pushing and shoving now? But he's like, I don't understand. No, I know that.
I mean,
we're
she
just
has
messing around.
claws,
Yeah.
but she's like, I'm still gonna ball up my fist and punch someone.
Great.
I'm not gonna rip someone's face off because they start a bar brawl with me.
Okay.
I mean, the problem is she's still wearing gauntlets because she's in play mail.
Nice. Very nice.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Well, how much time do we have before the race officially starts?
Well, we've got an hour minus whatever time we spend to get our clothes.
Okay.
and then there's time there. You can also just not buy the equipment now if you want, because you can buy it at the race. There's merchant stalls and stuff there.
I think it'd be cheaper to buy it here.
Well, I was like, he just gave us the money, and if we got it, it's whatever.
Yeah, it's. I give you them the money to purchase this.
Yeah. Like, cool. Here, we'll buy it.
Cool, we'll buy it. And then there's a sleigh waiting to take us.
Yep.
Okay.
Are there so I know it's not a dog race, but like the Iditarod, there are checkpoints.
Yeah.
Are
so
there checkpoints in this?
checkpoints here. Let's see.
And are they
So-
every 50 miles or whatever?
Just go over the rules.
Okay.
You must complete the race within 4 days. If any later than that, the officials will send out parties to retrieve you. You'll be officially disqualified. Don't do anything to injure your competitors.
Oh, okay, good.
Don't try to bypass any of the checkpoints. They're there not only for the trials to make sure that you and your team are well enough to continue on. You're welcome to advance as far as you can in the day, but the officials don't want anyone traveling after dark. If you find yourself at a checkpoint near sunset, they may ask you to stay. I'd heed their advice. It's easy enough for some of the more dangerous things that stalk the tundra to slip by the rangers patrolling the trails under cover of darkness.
Okay.
And there is an exact distance given of where the checkpoints are, but there's basically one every day's journey away.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Yeah, I think even the Iditarod is like 5 or 6 days to complete.
I think it's over a 7-day period.
I know it's
I
not
don't-
4.
No, yeah, but it's also a lot longer of a trek. It's way over 200 miles.
Yeah. But again, it's
But the dogs are running, and it's vastly different than us.
it's vastly
just
different
running.
than
Yeah,
4 people.
yeah. I want to say it's 800 to 900 kilometers. It's a lot. It's whatever it was from Nome to Anchorage
Uh-huh.
via the trails. But yeah,
I remember watching that movie and thinking, I'm glad it's not me.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like the marathon.
Oh, yeah.
26 miles long. Why is it 26 miles long? Well, this guy ran from here to Marathon,
Yeah, in Greece.
and it was 26 miles. And he ran so hard, he killed himself. He got there, delivered his message, fell over dead.
If there's no, that's pretty much all the questions anyway. So,
Cool.
Give me a society or Ulfin lore.
Oh, wait, she has this. No, she doesn't. My bad. I'm lying.
That'll be a 19.
19. So,
I think we all have met each other before.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. 'Cause I think I played.
What, 2 weeks ago, we did another scenario together, all of us. Because
Yeah.
you're playing the ranger, right?
Yeah.
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 that'll be easier. Let's see. So you've heard about one of the teams that competed, the Blue Tongue Brawlers.
Ooh, that's a
They're
name he said.
returning team.
Are they the previous champions, or are they just a well-known team? To the
They're
area?
one of the last year's competitors.
Okay.
The Blue Tongue Brawlers are they lack any particular wit or cunning, simply to see if their physiques can handle the punishment of the course.
Cool. They're like the polar bear club version of their people.
Yeah.
they don't wear shirts. Just have razor nipples. Like, let's go.
But
High beams on.
Yeah. Like, we don't wear clothes. We know what happens in a marathon.
like I just assume one of your implements is like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan.
Woo, the foam finger with a blue tongue hanging off it.
But you guys,
Where on earth did you find that? Don't ask questions.
Well, it was his 5th level. I would have the fetishes, so I just make totems. Do I get 2 free a day? It's just like I just made it. Don't ask where I got the tongue though. There's one of the fetters like, oh, what happened? I was sleeping.
but so you guys make it out. You find the sleds. The first sled is full of other teams. You cram into the second sled that has 2 other teams. One of which your implement is a fan of, the Blue Tongue Brawlers you recognize.
Nice.
It's made of 4 burly Ulfen, Jory, a female human, Sigurd, a male human, Sigrun, female human, and Baltus, a male human. And along with them, there we go, is another team that introduces themselves as 2 houses. They're made of 2 Ulfen couples, Steen, a male human, and his wife Un, a female human, and Leif, male human, and his husband Olaf, a male human. They go on the they eagerly share that they go on the Balgard trek as their anniversary.
Oh.
Well,
They were 2 couples who got married at around the same time, big fans of the Balgard trek, and they're like, we're going to do this together.
This is their first time?
This is their
they-
5th year competing.
Oh, wonderful. It's our first time.
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, technically we weren't allowed to compete before now.
Oh, fair enough. My next feat, adopted ancestry, Wolfen.
Let's see.
I'll have to come back every year and run with my parents. There's our ranger and his husband, the bear.
Don't say what my bear. I don't know if the bear has a husband or not.
Yeah, so at this point, while they're talking with you, that they're like, by the way, so what's your team name?
Oh.
The Finders?
Finders.
Oh,
Pathfinders?
Yeah, but what's the finders, keepers, losers, weepers?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Finders, keepers,
That's right.
Just call us the Finders.
users, weepers, the finders.
Like fully how do you finder FKLW with flubble?
Yeah, just call us the Finders.
And Lunder's like, I'm done with this.
Who's the Lundra?
Gway, out of here. Oh, okay.
So let's see, what is the next part? I'm gonna put these out of order now. I'm confused. There we go. Starting area is cleared for the Balgard trek in Karlsgard. It's bustling with activity. Merchants and traders hoping to support the race set up stalls and carts to sell supplies and equipments to the team. Let's see. Your team receives a race pack that includes 3 minor healing potions, a single climbing kit, vouchers for lodging in Frostgarten, flint and steel, a signal whistle, and a list of supplies. I have the things like a repair kit. There's 100 feet of hemp rope, a hatchet, healer's kit, tent, the basics kind of.
Okay. I mean, I have healer's tools, and some weird reason she actually has a signal whistle. I have no idea why she actually has a signal whistle.
Jingling bought you a signal whistle.
Oh, that's true.
Let's see. So you guys have about 3 hours to go and do any purchasing. You can go uh, find out. You can talk to race officials to find out what the route is going to be like. You can talk to the other teams.
I think Estrella is going to actually go talk to race officials.
Alright, so give me a diplomacy check.
That's apparently right. Where? There it is. No, because she has a higher charisma. Oh, nice. So that is a 25.
Alright. So, the race official explains the route of the first leg of the race with you, and you're able to understand it in such a way that you get, let's see, so everyone will get a +1 check to their overland, +1 to their overland travel check, and you learn about this trial. And then you learn that the first trial is going to be let's see. Not that one. The first trial is going to be an ice walk. And you'll get a everyone gets a +1 circumstance bonus to completing that trial.
Okay.
You learn kind of the basics and you prepare everyone.
So should we buy skates then?
No.
Make 'em.
I know what this trial technically is, and
I'm going to speak with the couples. They've done it 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Get some information off them based. So they've done it in the inverse because we're doing it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, asked like what to expect, maybe potential weather changing. Because I assume like where they're from, we're going to there rather than the other way around.
Yeah, so because you're doing it backwards this time, and
Yeah.
so yeah. What's their response? So they don't really give you anything strong. They're just like, it'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just enjoy the scenery. It's great.
What are the other people we can talk to?
There's
I had forgotten, but
there's the blue tongues.
people you run into is random.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, the blue tongue brawlers.
Yeah.
That was one
But
of them.
also talk to them because I'm just talking to the 2 teams that we were in the sled
Mhm.
with.
I'll go with them to help if I can.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm a big fan. I've heard your names.
And they're like, join us then. And they start stretching and doing other exercises to prepare for the race.
Sure.
And they're just like, you have to do this. Otherwise, your body will not withstand the cold, the pain, the suffering.
Excellent. I'll start doing push-ups and calisthenics with them,
Okay.
stretching. Like, and then I'll teach them like my jaw exercises, like,
The jaw.
like you got to do this too. It helps your neck and that sets your focus and yeah. Train me, I'll train you. That's
This one gets it. This one gets it. But, they do the Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like slap with you. You're like,
Start rolling. Oh, jeez. I thought the bear congratulating me was enough. Holy crap.
they're like, I hope you survive. You're a good one.
I hope you survive too.
Let's see.
How many people usually die in this thing?
Not very many. The race officials are pretty good about killing people, but usually there's some things that stubborn teams who go off on their own and then get lost and are never heard from again. Wild animals occasionally sneak through, that sort of thing.
I'm not overly worried about the wild animals.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's the non-wild humans we worry about.
Well, we worry about the wild humans too, but they're far less frequent.
That's fair.
All right.
So is there any way we get more information about the other three? Well, yeah, other three legs.
Not about the other three. You'll get them. You can
At
try
the
and get them at
checkpoints?
the
Okay.
next checkpoint.
Yeah.
Okay. So we won't know what to expect until we actually get to the checkpoint because they're like, you have to earn that.
Basically, you can at the checkpoint you can ask official the next part and get the same bonuses.
Cool.
But yeah,
Excuse me.
the officials here are basically like, this is how you get to the next one.
Yeah.
And what to expect.
Yeah, I think one of the things I would have asked the other teams who have done it more than once, like, do they change it up? Like, is it a different trial at each place every year? It's like they just random.
Like, out of character, it would be, the trials are probably very similar or the same because it's a commemorative race.
Right.
But they're like, oh, we're not going to tell the newbies.
That's fine. I was just thinking like American Ninja Warrior or whatever, where it's basically they change it up a little bit, but it's basically the same structure, and you can kind of train for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably very like that. And a little bit weather dependent.
Yeah. Cool.
And then as it gets closer to race starting, the officials announce the teams. There's cheers as the Blue Tongue Brawlers are announced. Another team called Fangs of the Remoras. Two houses without trace or fail. And then there's big hootin' hollering as last year's winners, the Weirding Wayfinders, are announced.
Is that team one?
They're the team who won.
Oh,
Yeah,
Last
last year's
year.
champions.
right. Okay.
And then,
We're all triggered at the word Wayfinder.
pretty much,
Kind of.
I was like,
We should have thought of that.
you can't have those, only we have Wayfinders. That's what I thought when I first did this
Yeah,
scenario.
even though that's not true. Wayfinder is literally just a magic compass. They're commonly sold.
Let's see.
The only thing that makes a Pathfinder character's Wayfinder more specific is they have that symbol on the back.
Like you hear like an excited fan from the crowd be like, "Oh my gosh! Last year, Farragrim crossed the finish line on skis, carrying the rest of her team unconscious across the line. It was so cool."
I'm like, I think that's BS.
Is that a perception check?
Sure.
Yeah, sense motive.
Nat 20. I wasted that.
Estrella got an 8. Ooh, yeah, her.
What is sense mode?
Oh my god.
Perception.
Yeah, perception. So, Kyra also rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Estrella almost assured herself of a critical fail.
I got a 22.
She rolled a 2.
Nice. Alright, so, Estrella, you're too deep in your skepticism to give it a fair shake. But the rest of you are like, oh, no, they're not lying. That's exactly what happened.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright.
Also, skis. They do exist.
They do.
How much are skis?
We would, no training, we would be worse with them on.
I don't know that they actually put skis in yet. Skis exist in a theoretical realm, but I don't think they've made skis yet. Alright.
But we have walking chairs.
We do have that.
And they're legal.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay. So, as you guys are getting ready, you don't know when or how, but a lot of your equipment, rations, and all the stuff you had prepared seems to be just kind of tossed around everywhere. So, you can put it back together quickly with either an engineering lore or thievery check.
Uh, 15.
15, and then what check was?
Thievery.
Okay.
Can you take thievery without being trained in it?
You can.
Yes, but there are certain things you can't do unless you're trained in it.
Um,
This is one that you can do untrained.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's certain locks you have to have a certain proficiency level. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is whatever.
I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah. You're just less likely to succeed.
Yeah.
God.
So
you need to retire
4
all of
and
your
a 9.
dice.
4 and a 9.
I just got a 10.
Yeah.
Thievery.
So esoteric lore only accounts if and diverse lore if it's a recall knowledge check, so it wouldn't work in this situation, which is why I
Okay.
didn't roll that one.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
So, like, you guys are hurriedly putting everything back together, and you hear, "Racers to your positions!" and "Meep." So, you're going to start out. a
Typical
little
goblin
bit
shit, running with
penalty.
my arms full of stuff. Like,
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
And then
I still think we should have just put all of it in a backpack and put it on your bear, because I'd like to see them fuck with it then.
let's see.
Play as written.
That's fine.
All right, and then
This athletic is a +6, so.
let's see. All my pages everywhere. Okay, you're
And
there.
technically, the bear isn't trained to haul things either, so. Don't carry things.
I'm missing a page. I'm guessing it's
Yeah, I don't know how
I'm not quite sure how it works either, but I was just thinking.
animals or
here.
familiars work, really.
All right.
Excuse me.
So, let's see. For the overland travel section, everyone gets one check to make an athletics, nature, or survival check. You can use other things if you can sell other skills if you can sell it to me about how that helps you get across uh, and travel safely and speedily.
I'm okay with athletics, so.
Yeah, I mean, that's all these two are going to do. Estrella and Kyra. Kyra is trained in athletics.
I think you get nature for free because you're a ranger.
Yeah, my nature and survival are the same,
Nice.
which is only a +4. That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's just because you're level 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I have an 8 in
well,
athletics.
you can remember to add the +1 that I got for us, or
Yeah. Okay. So that's
because we did
So-
get that +1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So 5 for you, yeah.
Whoa! I got a 19 for me.
Okay.
These dice are good.
Bear gets a 6. And the bear got an 8.
Yeah. So I got a nat 20 plus 8, so 28 total.
Kyra got a 15. Estrella got a 17.
The dice liked me, but didn't like my bear.
What's that?
I said the dice liked me, but not my bear.
That's all right.
Bear found some berries.
They're a
Oh wait, Kyra got a 16
prickly pear.
Okay.
Oh, plus 1, so 29.
+1.
I forgot
Oh,
about
so
that.
that'd be.
Yours was a crit success, no matter what.
That's fair. Well, I didn't know if, like in 5th edition, crits are only like on attack rolls. Like there's no special bonus for getting a nat 20 on
It
skills, but
depends.
yeah.
It'll.
I mean,
tell
it's a
him.
really good roll, irrespective of anything
Yeah.
else. So I'm okay.
It's just tell him if it's a natural 20. If
Yeah.
there's a crit effect, he'll
Awesome.
account for. If it's not a crit effect,
Well, it can still be a crit effect even if it's not a nat 20 because it just has to be 10 above.
10
yeah.
above.
Such
But
a-
if it is a nat 20,
yeah, it's automatic.
it's automatically one step higher.
Nice. I make up for the bears' poor directionality.
Bear, she's a rabbit or something.
I mean, to
chasing
be
after the rabbit.
absolutely honest,
It's an Arctic hare.
as horribly as Estrella rolled, she has the athletics to
Yeah.
pull off. I rolled terrible and still succeeded.
The weather ended up being very chilly and foggy, but you guys made it through in good time, even despite the sabotage that you seem to be
What?
over. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me a perception check.
Absolutely. Good lord.
Holy smokes!
Gee,
17 and 17 on the
I
die.
rolled a 19 on my die.
Bear got a
Will you roll
6,
this for me?
And I got a 16.
Okay.
Okay,
Six.
so it's not just me. Alright, 6. Alright, so I wasted.
Again, it's hard to say waste in this.
I know.
scenario.
No, I know. I just. Not. That's not the word I meant, but.
That dice is doing horrible.
Alright, yeah. So,
Did I-
27 perception with. Not the dark vision matters because we're only racing during the day. I want to get like Inuit glasses, the glare glasses. I just think a goblin with that on would look really cool.
It would be cool. Let's see.
But they give
Let's see. Alright, so anyone who beat a 15.
I think all of us.
Well,
All of us except the bear.
yeah, because Bear don't know teams. Like, you notice that not all the displaced equipment was yours. Some of it looks like, It belonged to a team called Without Trace or Fail.
Okay.
Oh, I remember them. They were introduced before the champion team was.
Mm-hmm.
So we accidentally took some of their shit.
Well,
I mean, it's whatever. Again, goblin racing with a bunch of crap in its arms.
yeah, we just grabbed and ran.
Yeah.
You think it's likely they probably were the ones who messed with your equipment in the first place, but this was just one thing, so
That's fine.
let's see. But you guys make it through just fine on the first day of fog. And you make it to the first trial, the ice walk. Among the tall drifts and dunes of snow and ice, a small hollow reveals signs of life. A large fire pit is encircled by tents and snow shelters as officials stand near the warmth of the blazing fire. Beyond the camp, a large sheet of exposed ice is marked by race banners. In the middle of the ice, a delicate ribbon lies partially frozen in the sheet. So, as Estrella gotten the basics, the goal of this trial is to make it across the ice to the center and free the ribbon from the ice without damaging it. The water beneath the ice is 3 feet deep and does not pose a drowning risk to tall folk. They just assumed everyone, and I'm like, some of us are not that tall, guys.
Yeah.
Challenge here is twofold, as the ice itself is just thick enough to support the weight of a character, but any violent or vigorous action while on it could cause your character to fall. So you have to so you have to get on the ice to get there. And then you have to get the ribbon free without damaging it. The ribbon is frozen into some ice. And thievery or nature would be the best skills to free it without damaging it.
Okay.
Anyone is welcome to attempt the trial. But anyone who doesn't want to doesn't have to.
Well, we'll leave
So
your bear
what
out.
is it to cross the ice?
Yeah.
Crossing the ice is acrobatics to balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be more than willing to try.
Okay, I think it's going to have to be you because I don't have acrobatics.
I do.
I do.
I also have thievery, which I think. Do you have thievery?
I have nature.
Okay. So we're the only ones that really should try.
I have nature. If I had thievery trained, it would be higher, but I don't
Yeah.
have trained. I have nature trained, which is plus
Okay.
4. Same as my
Yeah, I'm not a high dex character, so my thievery is still just a +6. Basically, your nature.
My nature's still 4. So
And then you'll get a +1 to your checks.
Yeah, to the trial check. Because of the Casey's diplomacy.
5 in it.
All right. So, acrobatics to get across the ice.
Yes.
Yep.
Can we work together?
Yeah, you can assist
Okay.
each other if you want.
Just
Hey.
remember to assist, it's a 20.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's we'll just.
Yeah, it's better
Well-
at this level for you to do your checks
Yeah,
independently.
that's fair. All right. So, 21 acrobatics to scramble across.
You make it across.
I got a 20 acrobatics.
Okay,
Nice.
you make it across. So nature or thievery to get the ribbon.
Okay.
Basically, it's somehow reset between each one.
Use thievery.
I think it's more that there's multiple because everyone has to.
Oh, even better. 23 with the +1.
Not so good.
Okay.
I only got a 8.
And 8.
Do you want to reroll it?
I probably ought to re-roll that.
I was like, you go to grab the ribbon and I bite your hand as I've already freed it. Like, stop! My ribbon! Oh, that's good.
So that would be a 16.
16. All right.
With the +1?
That's with the plus.
Okay.
So you guys make some progress. Nobody fell through the ice. Yay! Basically, if because I think that's everyone who's going to attempt the trial, right?
Yep.
So
No, the
if-
bear's like, I got this.
No, you don't.
If you fail, you fall in once, take 3d6 of cold damage. And then if you fail again, the officials are just like, yeah, no. You know, you're coming here by the fire, and you spend 6 hours warming up and recuperating, and so you fall behind a bit.
Then I become a frost goblin.
Pretty much. But you guys are fine,
Yeah,
doing
for
great.
the acrobatics of 0 and 1, no thanks.
All the other teams are here. The last two to arrive were the Fangs of Remores and Two Houses.
Can we, where the ribbon was, can we place the item that was the other team's, just as a kind of middle finger as we walk away with the ribbon successfully?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I imagine, like, in my head, it's like like a threatening little goblin snowman who's like stomping over their
Yeah,
stuff.
with the item held, and it's because I don't do words, I do pictographs, so it's
Right.
like on the belly of the goblin snowman. It's like
Middle finger.
yours, yeah.
Yeah, Gway looks at the others. Can you draw sounds? Yes, Gway. We can write.
Oh.
Let's see.
That was such a great line. Can you draw sounds? Yes, I can draw sounds.
I was like, where did my drink go? Moved it to the other side.
I mean, the best part of it was when he actually said, "Speak what I draw." And he messed it up intentionally, and so he changes it and correct. And
Yeah.
Wolf's like,
I listened.
I listen.
We heard you the first time. Brought a dog to water. Such a good movie.
The dog can jump.
When you die, can I give you a sword to me daughter? Oh man.
I've seen,
13th
I've seen
warrior,
dogs that jump up walls and stuff, and I was like,
Bro, I just watched a video. There's a pitbull named Kane or something like that, and he had a litter, and I think it's so it's a pitbull and I'm getting it wrong. Not the German Shepherd, but the other Malinois.
Malinois?
Malinois, something like that. But it's not a German Shepherd, but it looks like a German Shepherd. Belgian
Okay.
Malinois,
Okay,
Noise. But anyways, the puppy's like 2 years old, and it's still 110 pounds, something like that. It's a big dog, but his parents were massive, and they had a flag 15 feet in the air, and the dog had to jump up the wall and then dive off the wall, grab the flag, and then land. I don't know what, 25 feet arc or something like that. Good luck. Like, that dog's chasing you. Just give up, dude. I jump over a fence. It hopped over the. It don't care. That just blew my mind. And then, of course, it lands. And yeah, but they couldn't do it with German Shepherds because they notoriously have bad hips, but the Belgians don't. And I was like, man, that's rough.
I've seen I can't even remember what the type was, like an Australian dog that they did the almost exact same thing except they hung it in a tree, and then a dog jumped up onto the tree, bit it, and landed.
Yeah, I don't remember the name. It's a Caucasian and something else. It's a American dog, and they're bred like that to run up a tree to grab turkeys. Who looked at a dog and said, "Yeah, he'll run up a tree and grab a turkey for me"? Wow, that's just incredible.
I just don't know how people train them like that.
Here, Tony, for the snowman and your excellent performance.
Yay! A snowman and me.
Alright. It's gotten dark by this point, so it's on to the next day. You can
Imagine-
also
Can you
do
imagine
the same-
running 50 miles and then doing this?
I'm saying, like,
Yeah, that's what we discussed at the beginning. It's
Yeah.
like when you look at the people that
Yeah.
write this stuff, you're like, you guys have never really done physical stuff.
yeah,
You guys just look at it and are just like, oh, people can do this. And it's like,
listen,
it's possible.
there's some people who can't drive 200 miles in 2 days. Let alone, I mean,
Especially with an electric car.
yeah. Well, but I'm talking like being bound and
Yeah, I have a hard
unactive
time
and
with long trips.
Mhm.
My legs are just
no. So we did Klondike Derby in Boy Scouts, and that was only 20 miles over 2 days. And we literally the tasks were like you have 3 matches, you have to keep them with you, you have to start your own fire, and you can't bring like cheat things like lighter fluid and crap like that. But if you have a flint and they qualify, you get 1 free item you can bring. Most people bring snowshoes or whatever. But it's still 2 kids pulling, 1 kid on a sled, etc. And then you got to start your own fire, bring your own food, all that good stuff, which means the thing you're carrying that's the heaviest is all the water you need, because people don't realize that, sure, a desert, you need much more water, but you still need
Water.
the normal amount of water in like a tundra, a winter desert, which is
Yeah.
what they are. And people don't think that, oh, no, we'll just melt the snow. No, that'll lower your core temperature and you'll die. You'll get hypothermia drinking snow.
Yeah.
nothing melts out there when it's cold enough.
But yeah, but even that was rough. Pulling a sled 10 miles a day over 2 days, it sucked. And I was in good shape at 14, 15 years old. And even as an adult, like Casey said, man, trekking even half,
Yeah.
25 miles in a day, that you're still taking 6 to 8 hours. And if you're slow because you're carrying stuff or you're in shitty terrain, you're not doing 50.
Yeah, you're in shitty terrain. I mean, yeah, once a year when in the Army, we do a 10K, which is a 6-mile road
Yeah.
march with a 25-pound ruck.
I remember basic training.
Yeah, it's like-
15,
Well, that's basic training.
yeah, 15 miles.
Yeah, that's basic training.
And that's
Fred.
still a whole
We were
day
in
thing.
a good shape.
Yeah.
And that was near the end,
Yeah.
after they'd been busting our sorry butts to get us in that shape.
Yeah, and you certainly weren't walking around and chatting and
Oh, hell
you
no.
were like
I
you
barely
laid
made it.
against your pack and fell asleep for at least 2 hours after that ruck, like every time.
I
Every
tried.
time. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it was,
I like
oh, we're done?
people
Can I
write
sit
stuff
down
like this.
and lie
I
down?
consider it nerd immersion. Like they're just like, well, it's a fantasy world. Yeah, I know, but they're still physics.
They're still real physical things.
Yeah.
I just go for the absurd. So the first 3 days, you go 3 miles, and then boom, 197 miles last day.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I mean, it's like anime travel at this point.
Yeah,
grab
it's just everybody running it.
You grab the road
like,
runner and hold on.
Is it Naruto where they're running through
Yeah,
they're not even
whatever.
running, they're running through like the trees, they're jumping and making 75 miles in a day, and you're like, whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, no.
Not with the strength of 12.
With the strength of 18, I'm still carrying 50 pounds of armor.
Yeah. That's what, 5 bulk?
4.
Yeah.
It's 4 bulk.
Yeah, I think even half your size and slightly less strong, even my armor is still half your bulk. not ideal.
And I mean, that's just my armor.
Yeah.
I have another 6 bulk in equipment.
All right, so we need to what?
So you can
Ask
scout
around
out about the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ask the race officials about the next leg.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll both do it.
Yeah.
We're both talkative ladies.
I am not.
26. I have a plus 10
Let's
diplomacy.
see. So that's a 14 and a 12.
Nice.
All right.
No.
Estrella looks like she's about to start a conversation, and
Squirrel.
Kira thinks about a conversation when Gwei just BAM! Tell me all your secrets. And the official's like, oh, you're that new fan of
The blue tongue. Yeah, yeah.
blue tongues. Yeah,
You
yeah,
want
yeah.
the foam finger?
Oh, I love it.
I got it signed.
And then tells you everything about the next leg. So, you know the route, so you get your +1 bonus, and you know the next one will be tree climbing.
I have combat climber.
So,
Tree climbing?
yep,
How common are trees out here in the wilderness?
they're fairly common.
Pretty common.
There's a lot of wooded
they're-
areas. This is,
Evergreens.
uh,
I'm such an idiot. We live in the mountains. I know that trees, evergreens especially, grow up until the latitude point. But I'm such a dork.
It's okay. It's a fair question.
And evergreens
Could
are,
have been the
other than
special tree.
redwoods, evergreens are like the biggest trees outside of that. So, okay, your bear climb?
Yeah, evergreens are like the tree that will live almost anywhere.
It doesn't say it can't.
It's just an athletics.
It's athletics.
Caster owl.
It
Yeah.
has a +6 to it. Or +7 with the +1,
Nice.
which is higher than mine.
Oh, that's why. So, sorry, it wasn't in italicized content, so I thought it was just boring description. But the Ice Walk is to commemorate Balgard's brave survival on open ice. While camping in a tundra, he lost some precious equipment to the wind in the night. The following morning, he followed a trail of gear to discover one of his scrolls frozen in the ice. With great care, he moved across the thin sheet of ice where his scroll lay trapped and created a lens from a piece of ice itself, focusing the sunlight on the ice to slowly melt it away from his scroll until he is able to free it.
Oh, that's cool. I
I
write
was
that
like-
down. I pictographed that in my book of lore.
I was like, all these have a story. Where is it? Alright.
Did we get the story for the trees, or do we not?
When we
until
get there.
You'll get
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Nice.
I'll remember to look for it this time. Alright. That looks fun.
Well, now I'm hyper vigilant. They mess with our crap again. And throw an elbow.
Alright.
Well, I'll have Alundra throw an elbow because she offered.
So, yeah. So
Who's this Alundra you keep talking about?
Is it what is it? Alora?
Estrella.
I apologize.
So, athletics, nature, or survival for your next day of overland travel.
Weird.
All right.
Jesus.
Wow.
What was
Yeah.
it again? Nature.
Athletics, nature, or survival with an additional 1.
Yep, with a
All
plus
of them
one.
are plus same.
All right, so Kyra got a 16.
Except for
Okay.
bear.
Alundra got a 29.
Very nice.
Okay.
I don't feel so bad about my 29 then.
I got a 15,
That 29 with the plus 1.
and the bear got a
Wow.
11.
Jesus, plus 11. Good job.
Yeah.
Better than mine. Shit.
Well, I have to go
Oh, you
with
took it.
athletic.
Yeah, you have a higher strength, and that's your
Well, that's my expertise.
expertise. Yeah,
Well, my expert
that's
skill.
what, yeah. 'Cause I put mine in diplomacy.
No, I need rapid mental or I'm screwed in so many situations.
They get knocked off a cliff.
I thought about taking Catfall.
Well, for
It's
me,
so good.
if you get knocked off, it's a reflex save.
Yeah. Instead of acrobatics, which I don't think you have, right?
Well, no. By taking rapid mantle, it turns it into an athletics check
Oh,
instead
nice.
of a reflex save.
I got reflex. I got acrobatics too.
Yeah. Somebody was I got invited to a Pathfinder second edition one shot level 20. Building a barbarian. Is there any way to take or to minimize fall damage? And I was like, yeah, level 1 you can take catfall. I was like, as long as you raise your, I think it's acrobatics.
You get trained in
Yeah.
acrobatics.
Once you get to legendary, you treat all fall damage as 0. Just superhero land from
Space.
space, yeah. They were like, "It's that easy?" I was like, apparently,
Yeah.
it just scales every time you put you increase your proficiency in it. It does slightly better than the previous version. Like, oh man, I was like trying to. Also, I was like, you could be a poppet. You could be. I mean, there's like 9 other races where you just don't take fall damage. The spider people don't take fall damage, or they reduce it considerably. There's a certain type of poppet, which is like the stuffed people
yeah.
race. They just reduce all fall damage to nothing.
I think Tengu and Strix also have options.
Yeah, but
They have
they get like
wings.
feather fall for free or something as a racial. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, history of D&D Pathfinder, which is just a D&D light or D&D complex, depending on how you want to word it. It's like players have been spending years and years trying to find ways to minimize fall damage because it's one exploration mitigation thing. So
I think I had a ring of
All
feather
right. So
fall.
how do we do?
nice.
All right. So, yes. Well, the first day just had fog. This was a super bad snowstorm. Made a lot of teams struggle, except for you guys, who drug
The bear.
you and the bear along, because you would have been lost, man.
I rolled crappy.
Yeah, it's okay.
You rolled crappy, and then Estrella just said, "I'm not rolling crap this time."
And
then-
then,
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
know.
what happened?
Shut up. Come on.
Somebody posted something on Facebook. I didn't hear what you said.
we did
that's
well.
fine.
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about another skill check, and I was like, "What?
No.
Who's not doing nothing?"
So
Now we're making fun of our ranger for failing,
Oh no!
and we had to drag him along.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we can't just throw you on your bear because that's illegal.
The bear also failed.
Yeah.
Well,
I
just,
keep rolling crap.
we just leave the ranger and the bear behind. We're
get
cutting
that.
dead weight.
So you guys are third today, along with the Blue Tongue Brawlers, without trace or fail, and then you guys. The other teams struggled behind you, but eventually do make it.
We placed third.
We're in third place right
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Where did we place on day 1?
now. Near the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You made a lot of time up with
That's fine.
your stuff.
I was just curious.
The tall pines ahead are heavy with snow and forest is quiet. Ahead, officials for the Balgar trek stand around a roaring fire. Several campsites have been cleared nearby as clerics stand ready to examine and treat any injured racers. Beyond the fire and campsites, in the small raised clearing, is a tall, thin pole carved with intertwining necks of a Tarn Lenorn. Atop the pole rests a small platform, an oval shape resting within it. The pole is in fact a small tree, and though the tree itself is dead, it's still flexible and strongly rooted to the ground. They explain that at the top of the pole is an egg, which each team must retrieve without breaking. They tell you that it harkens back to Balgard's time in the wilderness, while searching for a Lenorm in the frozen reaches of the Saga lands. Balgard Blue Tongue survived by living off the land itself. In particular, he was known for having scaled a great tree and retrieved the egg of a massive bird. He did this so swiftly and carefully that the tree did not bend, and the bird did not notice its eggs go missing. Or its egg go missing. So, for the trial, the tree stands 20 feet tall.
Cool.
The tree is 8 inches in diameter, tapering down to 3 inches at top. There's a small platform with a lip along the edge to prevent the egg from being blown out of the tree by the wind or nudged out by an errant creature. For this, it's an athletics to climb, or you can use. Let me see. Okay, yeah. There's just a lot of extra stuff. It's athletics or acrobatics. You can use other methods if you have them. The goal is just to bring the egg down.
I can use acrobatics.
You can. Well, let's let Estrella start with her. Well, I guess I might as well roll them together. All right, so these will be athletics. Okay, we do get a +1 for this, right?
Yes.
So Kyra has a total of 16.
Okay.
Estrella has a total of 24.
Anyone else?
Sure. Well, I didn't know how many eggs there were, so.
Yeah.
You get it down, they magic it back up.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Everyone
explained,
has to
but
do this.
Everyone can participate in any of the trials.
So 18 on the die plus 1, 19 plus 8 is 27?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
14.
Alright.
With the +1?
That's with the +1. I rolled
Okay.
a 6.
The tree bends too much for you, and
He
you
lets it go
fail,
and all the eggs
basically,
fly.
but the egg is fine. I'm just curious because I have the. If you give your dog an egg, it will gently carry it because it knows it's young inside or something.
Want me to have the bear try?
Have the bear do
I
it.
want to see what the bear does.
Yeah.
It won't count or anything. I just think it's funny.
He got a 16.
All right. Well, the bear
Nice.
knows how to do it. The bear kind of looks at you confusedly, looks up, looks down, climbs up the pole, grabs the egg in its mouth, and hands it to you.
Shut up, Ben. Don't eat the egg.
He eats it. Magic's anyways. He's a.
Gotta wait 8
All
hours.
right. I guess we're going to try and talk to the race officials now.
Yes.
So I've got a 19 for Kyra and a 16 for Estrella.
Boy's an asshole. I got a 25.
Alright, so you guys are getting good information about the route. But Gwei gets the information about the next trial, which is. Let's see. That one is the crossing.
What?
The river crossing.
River crossing.
Let's see. Yep. Okay. And give me your checks with a +1 again.
Ooh. Kyra's dragging us down this time.
Oh, I think I am too.
It might be. So I got an 18 total.
Okay.
I got 11.
Kyra got an 8 total.
Wow.
Bear got a 12.
Okay.
Estrella got a 22.
22.
I can't seem to roll high on that one at all.
We're going to have to really push it on day 4, guys.
Let's see. So you guys struggle a bit, but you are just right behind the Blue Tongue Brawlers. And everyone else comes in after you. Though you don't see 2 houses appear that day.
Oh.
Oh.
No! Those are the couples.
Mhm.
No!
You don't
Go
see
back and find them.
or let's see. Yeah, you don't see them or things of the Remoras.
Hmm.
And let's see.
We technically came in second that day?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, if we'd have rolled better, we could have come in first. That's all right. If we're going to lose to anybody, it's going to be the Blue Tongues.
Yeah, but let the race officials deal with it.
Yeah.
All right.
They're stragglers. The race officials have it.
Well, I just hope they're safe. Like, I mean, they're out of the race. It just means our the pool for defeating us just got halved, basically, which I'm good with. But I would really hope they're safe. I don't care about the other team, the Ramirez guys. Screw them.
Without trace or fail are the ones I'm kind of like, screw those guys, huh?
Well, also, but
Yeah, we didn't meet Fangs of the Remoras, but it's
Yeah.
like, I've got nothing against them. I hope they succeed. They'll come back.
And that's really my fault. I'm supposed to introduce the teams, but I'm like,
we didn't care.
There's a lot of teams.
let's see. Steam and spray from the White Gold River hangs in the air as the checkpoint draws near. The wet air carries a cold sting. The snow on the trees drips, plopping heavily to the ground, and the snow and frost seem to be clinging only in shadowed nooks and slick patches. Despite the frigid air, race officials prepare fish caught from the banks of the river near the camp. South of the campsite, another official stands near the riverbank. Several long poles lean against a mossy rock. Across the river, the course stretches away from the river and
the
through the
pole vault.
thinning trees into the snow-dusted hills beyond.
Oh man.
The official by the shore explains to you that after Balgard spotted the Tarnlenorm, gave chase to the beast. The Lenorm slipped through the trees and made its way across the White Gold River to evade Balgard. The rushing river was frigid and cold, and as Balgard approached, he could see the Tarnlenorm lurking in the trees on the other side, waiting to pluck his exhausted body from the shore if he swam across. Balgard felled a tall sapling from the riverside and vaulted across the river with much of his gear as he could carry, foiling the Lenorm and chasing him further into the wild.
That's awesome.
Let's see.
I'm just writing these pictographs in my lore journal. This is great. I'm gonna make this into a Goblin's Children book. I'm gonna replace him with me.
Alright. And then everyone give me a perception check.
Absolutely. Okay. 16.
Okay, Estrella's a 9. Kyra is a 22.
Nice.
I got a 14.
And the bar?
Got a 19.
Nice.
Alright. So everyone but Kyra
No, Kyra definitely.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Estrella.
Estrella, yeah.
Sorry. Everyone but Estrella notices um, that there's a large bear-like shape in the woods. It kind of looks at you from very far away and then leaves. You can do those. Well, the bear can, but
Is this lore?
yeah. So,
Yeah. All right.
nature or your esoteric lore
Thank you.
to identify.
Oh, no. I'm gonna re-roll that.
I got a 6.
6. All right.
I don't know. It's just a bear.
Ooh, that's much better.
No. I know.
23.
It's not even a bear.
The bear's
Right.
like, that's my second cousin, twice removed after the divorce. You're like, you were married.
So, Fred, you've heard legends of this. It's not a bear. It's what it looks like a bear, but really, what it is there's a venture captain who just had enough of the society and just ventured off onto their own. And they've grown hairy over the years. It's actually a giant gnome.
Awesome. That's a giant gnome.
It totally let its hair grow out. And it shapes it into a bear face with grease.
Meanwhile, you are
Gway's like, that's no gnome.
um,
Like, that's no moon.
you're like, that's no gnome. But that is a
That's a gnome wearing a bear suit. Piloting it like a mecha.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
It's just a bear. It's a polar bear that ate a gnome. It's just in its stomach. That works.
you know it's called a giant short-faced bear.
Oh, nice. I
They
actually know what those are in real life.
Pretty fearsome. They have they're a bit weird because their
They look like giant
front
sloths.
arms are longer, so they have a bit more reach.
Yeah, they end in claws, and then they're short-faced bear, but also called dog-faced bear sometimes. And they're about the size. Well, they could be heavier than a polar bear, but they average a little bit bigger.
And this one is large size, so
Yeah,
size of a big horse or something.
still pretty big for a bear.
A horse is pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a dire short-faced bear? It's a huge-sized bear with 15-foot reach. Like, yeah, well, I climb a tree. That's okay. It reaches up into the tree.
It pulls the tree down.
It does. Yeah, I'll definitely keep my eye open for that Mamma Jamma. It's on the other side of the trail? River, I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of off in the distance, which is why Fred's character thought it was smaller.
Sure. Yeah. Light blindness does that. Glare from the sun. You're like, it's smaller than I thought. And I'm like, stop blinking.
All right, so
Alright. So, certainly athletics, but what
as
else?
far as the river crossing, the first option is you could just swim it. It's super cold and chilly, but if you got the fortitude, you could make it.
What's the? I think you might have said it already. What's the speed of the water?
Let's see. Looks like it's 20 feet, 20-foot current.
Dang, that's all right. That's pretty quick.
It's pretty quick.
So that athletics to swim, and then each round you're in it, you have to do a fortitude save or take a bunch of cold damage. Or worse. The preferred method is the
Pole
stack
vaulting.
of poles.
Yeah.
The poles is a 15 I'm sorry. But
Don't
We'll
tell us
take
the
it.
number.
is an acrobatics or athletics check to cross.
Okay.
I see the bear use a pole.
They can do it. I believe in the bear.
Yeah. Well, the bear doesn't even use the pole. He just takes a tree and uses that instead. Gwei will. This is fun. I'm gonna attempt the athletics.
Yeah.
All right. So we get a +1 to cross.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So 10 on the die, or 9 on the die, +1, 10, 8 athletics, so 18 total.
All right. So you make it.
All right. Kyra got a 13.
Alright, so basically Kyra
Slips down
is
the pole in the middle.
vaulting and forgets the jump and fling part, and it just kind of, and she's now holding the bottom of it and looking up going, I'm not sure I understood how this worked.
Did she have to try again?
She can, let's see, I'll make sure. Let's see. You can try again.
Okay. Because it sounds like she didn't fall into the river.
Nope.
She didn't fail enough to fall into the
Yeah,
river.
she didn't fail to fall into the river.
Okay.
Just failure to launch. All right, so that is 17, 18.
Alright. Well, that makes it across.
Yeah, I think acrobatics is good for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a +8
Oh yeah, with the +1.
with a +1.
Nice.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah. Dude, you do it. You don't even pole vault.
Yeah.
You just run up it, jump off the stick, land on the river. And the bear's like,
So you're basically like looking at your bear and you're just like, alright, just do what I do. You grab it, yeah, fling yourself around at the top, and you launch yourself over, leaving the pole behind, effortlessly land, take a bow. The trees are clapping, everything.
the short-faced bear is clapping.
I got acrobatics +5, athletics +6, so it would be +7 and +6. So I'll do the +7 athletics.
Well, no, you got to do acrobatics because you told the bear to do what you did.
You know,
The bear will do whatever.
The bear's very bottom heavy.
It got a 17 athletics.
so the bear is like, kind of snorts, and grabs the pole, throws it at you, and just leaps over, and it's fine.
Air bear is it small? Because it's juvenile, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's a baby bear. Oh, it's so cute.
All right.
Level 6
Estrella
is
is
when it
going to
gets
use
bigger.
her focus spell.
Mhm.
Give herself +10 movement, which means nothing, but it also gives her a +2 to athletics.
Nice.
So 14 plus 17,
Ooh, 31.
31.
Yeah, it's okay. Like,
Simple success. She just barely made it.
Oh, the 20.
To where the
explodes.
short faced bear was. Short faced bear's like, what the hell just happened?
like you overjudge it a little bit because you're like, oh man, I ain't getting in that water for nobody. And you like fling yourself over, and next thing you know, you're sitting next to a bird at the top of one of the trees. You're like, hi.
You're literally the one where the pole bends and then it launches you up.
She added the vault in addition.
Everybody else is doing like the river stuff where they're climbing up it and landing, and we're doing it all nice, and you're just like, with the wing. You Mario it extra 10 feet.
Pretty much.
Show off.
Yeah, the bird's like, how did you get here?
The, the bird's like, what the fuck? Oh, man.
As long as
It is. It's like, how did this big shiny thing get up here?
It's a giant crow.
The silver bullet strikes again. And yeah, with that, let's take a tenner.
All right.